Good morning, Andrew. Hope you had a good weekend. We're going to continue on with our cybersecurity, and today we're going to look at viruses and malware. So there are 8 common types of malware that your computer can be infected by. I'm not going to read all these, at least not the definitions to you. I'll just read the different types. So we have viruses, spyware, adware, a Trojan, a worm, ransomware, keylogger, and botnet. It will be important for you to know the differences between those at the quiz at the end of this module. So those are the viruses and malware. There's 8 different ways your computer can be infected. Accepting something without reading it, either in an email or a message, usually with a link attached to it. Sometimes you can get infected on your computer by downloading infected software. So if you're downloading something from a site that may not be reputable, there could be viruses in that software. Opening email attachments. So clicking on something that's in the email. If you're not sure where it came from, or you're not 100% sure that that's something that a friend or somebody you know would have sent. It's always best to err on the side of caution and double check. Inserting or connecting an infected a disk, a thumb drive, anything that could be inserted into the computer through the USB port or a CD-ROM. You can get infected that way. Going to unknown links. Definitely is not a good thing. Not running latest updates. Most of the time, the updates for your software are to fix, not only just fixing bugs within the software, but also trying to prevent any malicious activity that has recently been discovered. And the updated software will be able to keep you safe to a certain extent. Obviously, pirating software, music, or movies is not a good thing because chances are it's not from a reputable site, and that could have some bad stuff in it. Also, having no antivirus, spyware software installed. So it's always good to have some sort of software installed in your computer that's managing and monitoring malware and viruses. So those are 8 ways that your computer can be infected. Now we're going to look at 8 different symptoms. So let's say your computer is infected, or you think it might be. How can you tell? These are some symptoms. Just like when you get sick, you have symptoms. So slow internet or processing. So the computer's moving pretty slow. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a virus, but it could be. Unexpected computer behavior. Your computer isn't responding to clicks, or is just scrolling or moving about on its own. That could be a virus. Sudden freezes or crashes could be a virus. Error messages that pop up could be a result of a virus. Ads that pop up. Outgoing emails. Sometimes a virus will go through your email list and just start sending emails to people in your contacts. Missing files or extra files on your hard drive. Could be a result of a virus. And any hardware or accessory problems. That things aren't working well on the computer, the printer that you have connected to it, the mouse, the keyboard, things like that. So we have 8 different ways a computer can be infected. We have 8 different symptoms of an infected computer. So here's what the assignment's going to be. It's going to ask you to be a little bit creative. We're going to write, and when I say we, I mean you are going to write an analogy. I'm calling it the viruses and malware analogy. So an analogy is a comparison of 2 things that are similar. Sometimes the things being compared are quite similar, but sometimes it can be different. Nevertheless, an analogy explains one thing in terms of another. So as you can see in my example here, a sword is to a warrior as a pen is to a writer. A sword and a pen are not similar. I mean, they have some similar qualities, but as a warrior uses a sword in battle, that is his main weapon. You can say a writer uses a pen as a weapon in what he does in writing words. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at the 8 different ways a computer is infected and 8 different symptoms of an infected computer and create an analogy. So here's the example that I'm giving you. How the infection happens. So how the computer is infected. Vampires come in without being invited. So if you're familiar with vampire lore, a vampire will not enter your house unless they are invited. Viruses are the same. The user has to somehow allow the virus to be installed in their machine. And again, that could be clicking an email attachment, installing software, downloading pirated material, so on and so forth. This invitation part puts an emphasis that viruses enter the machine is almost always the fault of the user. So just like the homeowner must invite the vampire into the house, the computer user must invite the virus into the computer. One symptom of the infection. Once the vampire is in, they start sucking up all the life out of everyone in the house. The same thing with viruses. They take up resources, destroy things, and completely ruin everything. So that is a similarity in the symptom. That is a similarity in the infection. So vampires are like viruses. They have to be invited in, just like a computer virus has to be invited in by the user doing something. Once the vampire is in the house, they start sucking up all the life of everyone in the house. Once the virus is in the computer, they take up resources, sucking up all the life of your computer, basically. So what you're going to do is do the same thing. You're going to explain why the infection is introduced and at least one symptom. So slides 43 and 44 have the infection introduced. Symptoms are on 46 and 47. So a computer virus is like a what? And then why? Using the analogy. Similar to the vampire analogy I gave you as the example. So write it like you're telling a story in a fun, easy to read narrative fashion, just like you're telling a story. Include clip art to enhance your writing. I love seeing pictures that go along with the writing. And because this is a writing assignment and takes a little bit of creativity, I'm giving you a couple days to get this done, so it won't be due until midnight on Tuesday. I've noticed also you've gotten behind in some of the assignments from last week. So definitely, hopefully over the weekend you are getting caught up. This assignment you have a couple days to do, so hopefully by Wednesday you are caught up and we can move forward from there. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.